The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Live from Salit Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Coming up on Good Morning Macomb, a gaming parlor license put on hold after the city questions structural plans and parking in the lot.
And I will sit down with the director of Go West Transit and our campus bookstore to discuss what the new system he has proposed that can benefit students.
Plus, many Macomb residents voiced their concerns Tuesday morning to IDOT officials on unsafe roadways and what they hope to see done. And City Council has postponed a gaming parlor license to returning restaurant owners here in Macomb. Good morning, Macomb. I'm Franny Smith.
And I'm Dave Mitchell. News 3 was first to bring you the story last week of Rob Giles and his wife reopening the restaurant at 318 West Jackson Street. City aldermen agreed at Monday night's City Council meeting. Giles did not know enough about the building to receive the license.
What that does is push the gaming license back multiple weeks again at that point. That would be my only concern is we're waiting on this to go to this to go to this at that point from there.
Mayor Mike Inman and city officials say they want Giles to be prepared to answer questions from the council.
The aldermen are not the only ones concerned about Shooter's liquor license. Judy and Roger Smith say they are against having Giles back in the neighborhood. Smith emailed the city voicing her opinion about the parlor and said they have had issues with Mr. Giles in the past and him saying one thing and then doing another. Also, they feel that he will be granted the gaming parlor license because of the revenue it would bring to Macomb. The email was handed out at Monday night's City Council meeting. Aldermen did not bring up the letter, but agreed to push back the approval of the license until May 18th.
McDonough County residents and business owners are speaking out about concerns they have regarding local roadways. They met with Illinois Department of Transportation officials on Tuesday morning during IDOT's listening tour. IDOT is visiting communities across the state to discuss the state's infrastructure needs and priorities. Acting Illinois Transportation Secretary Randy Blankenhorn opened the meeting by discussing how important it is for the state of Illinois to upgrade its transportation system in order to build a better economy. Community members shared their concerns and ideas. Topics like expanding the state's waterways in order to get traffic off of the streets and budget concerns were all on people's minds. But a concern that both the community and IDOT share is the safety of travelers.
Since November of 14, that's just about 5 months, we've had 2 crashes and 4 fatalities within a mile. So we really do need, I mean, we talk economics and I do understand that very, very much, but we also need safety.
Blankenhorn says budget concerns is one of the reasons IDOT has not been able to fix as many transportation issues as they would like. But he says raising taxes and tollway prices, along with collecting donations from the community, may help to get the necessary funding to fix roadways.
We now know the cause of a water main break that caused the water to be shut off to multiple buildings. Take a look at this. Our News 3 team took this video outside Memorial Hall. The flooding on those sidewalks was apparently caused by a hole the size of a fist in a main water line. WIU Facilities Management closed the flooded sidewalks as they repaired the damage. Associate Director Monty Colley says the university also shut off water to Tillman and Seal Halls. This is all related to the water main break. Crews spent all day on Tuesday working to fix the break.
7,589 miles separate the Quad Cities from Nepal. Not even a week has gone by since an earthquake struck Nepal, killing more than 5,000 people. On Monday, the distance between these two places became irrelevant. People gathered in Davenport, Iowa to remember all those that were lost. This group not only paid their respects, but also raised more than $15,000 in relief efforts and are sending doctors and nurses to the country. Some of these people still have family living in the country, and they won't have a roof to sleep under tonight. This tragedy not only hit home for this group, but for also one WIU student. Make sure to tune in on Thursday as News 3's Emily Manley has a compelling story of how that WIU student is handling the disaster that happened in her home country.
4-H members are raising funds for their clubs. The annual Butterfly Pork Chop Barbecue is this Friday from 5 to 7:30. Tickets are available for $7 at the door. The event takes place on 322 West Jackson, out by Ball 4. Drive-through is available, and they will be accepting food donations for loaves and fishes. 4-H is an organization for kids and teenagers in the community. The barbecue is the annual fundraiser for all of McDonough County. Kids and teenagers from clubs all over the county come to help out.
If a thunderstorm were to happen right now, what would your family know what to do? News 3's Shaquille Huddleston gives tips on ways to be ready for when the thunderstorm comes.
It's the month of April, and that's when the rain starts to pour, and next comes the thunderstorms, which can be very dangerous.
Yeah, a severe thunderstorm could be a short-lived hurricane, essentially, if you get winds stronger than, 70, 80 miles per hour.
In the month of April, the thunderstorm doesn't reach its peak.
So usually your most active time for severe weather is usually May, June, July period, your summer months. That's when you get your most prolific thunderstorms.
Students in the residence halls have an idea of what to do in case of a thunderstorm.
First thing I'd do is just try to find shelter and be aware of what's going on outside.
What I would do is I would sit up there and go into the nearest bathroom because there's no windows or no glass in effect.
Procedures you should take during a thunderstorm is to take shelter in a substantial building or in a vehicle with windows closed. Get out of mobile homes for they could be blown away. Avoid electrical equipment and telephones, and listen to local news or weather radio for updates.
The biggest thing when it comes to planning for severe weather is always to have a plan and practice that plan. For tornadoes, know where your safe place is. If you have a basement, your lowest level in your building, that's the best place to be.
In case you haven't implemented a plan with your family, you can create one before the time comes and make sure that you and your family are safe. From News 3, I am Shaquille Huddleston.
Coming up, I will sit down with the director of our campus bookstore, Jude Kaya, who will help us explain a potential new way for students to buy, sell, and rent their class textbooks.
Morning outside of Macomb, bright blue skies, temperatures are going to increase. Taking a look outside, you can see the temperature right now at 56 degrees. We're going to continue to warm throughout the afternoon with a nice easterly wind blowing into our region. Satellite radar composite shows these clear skies building in, as well as warm temperatures. We'll take a look at your full forecast in a couple minutes.
Stories, they happen everywhere. At News 3, we go the distance and tell them firsthand. Across the region,
the tornado tore through a neighborhood in Washington, Illinois.
Across the state.
Here at the state capitol in Springfield for the gubernatorial race.
Across generations.
We have a lot of people that are very dedicated. We're all volunteers.
The stories that inform us, the stories that move us, the stories that matter from a fresh perspective.
I think News 3 is great. It's all one common goal. Everybody's trying to be number one. Last year, we were number one in the nation. We beat out Florida and Oklahoma. I get to work with so many professionals. It's a really great experience, and they're always there to help, and it's just all around fun. Jasmine Crichton really does make it a real-life experience that, most schools maybe not, they don't offer that.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. The pressure is too much. I quit. I get it. I can do better. Just please don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up.
Now from Macomb in high definition. Good Morning Macomb continues.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, textbook prices are a thing that comes across every single student's mind in the fall and in the spring semesters when we get back to school. The high prices of textbooks are forcing students to look elsewhere, but WIU wants to get students back buying in the bookstore. Joining me now is Jude Kaya, the director of Go West Transit and the man in charge of the university bookstore, here to fill us in on all things textbook and a little more. Jude, thanks for joining me.
Happy to be here.
So before we jump into the textbook issue, let's talk a little bit about Go West. You received a large grant, and I understand there's some cameras on the buses now and some new shelters on the way.
Yes, cameras were installed over spring break. That was about $120,000, 8 cameras per bus. Wi-Fi capability, we're able to hear and see just about everything that happens on the bus, plus use it for training so that we can see that our drivers are being safe. And frankly, that's the biggest issue, is safety. We had the shelters. You'll see 10 or 12 new shelters around the 2 on campus, 10 in town over the summertime. Those will be put in. And we received $3.2 million for 9 new buses. Those are going to be built in Minnesota on June 10th, and we'll have them here before the fall.
Oh, that's great news for
Yes.
you. And of course, the students will be riding on some nicer buses.
Yes.
Now, the cameras, was there issues on the buses that prompted you to put them in, or was it just we have this grant and we're going to?
No, actually, I did specifically request this grant for this specific purpose. We're the last transit system in the state without them. And it isn't a matter, frankly, it was more of a safety thing. We're very proud of the fact that our students ride safely and generally don't cause problems on our buses. But there have been deaths at Champaign and Iowa State from buses hitting pedestrians. We've never had that happen here, and frankly, I don't want it to happen here. So it's about a campus culture of safety, and this allows us to actually see in real time, how do our drivers drive? How do they interact with the public? We can see in real time and make corrections.
Okay, so now let's dive in a little bit now to the big issue really
Yes.
concerning most students. That's the cost of textbooks.
Yes.
I mean, if you're a student like myself or anybody else, you've gone to Chegg, you've gone to Amazon, you've
Yes.
checked the bookstore. You're trying to bring students back to the bookstore.
Well, I mean, let's start here. In the last 2 years, our sales in the bookstore are up 12.5%, while our enrollment is down about the same amount. That's a huge market share increase. We've been doing some things right. But Dave, that doesn't solve the problem. The problem is that we see that over 20% of our students don't have their books. 200 requests a week in the library for books. And we know there's a direct correlation between their success at this institution and their ability to have those books. They don't have the discretionary money, no matter what the cost is, in order to be able to get the books. So next Tuesday, our students are going to have the opportunity to revolutionize the way that we do this here at Western Illinois University. We're one of the first 30 campuses in the United States to offer this option. We're going to centralize the purchase of books such that we can maximize buying power and make the books 50 to 80% cheaper, have them covered by financial aid, and they'll have them on day one. So no students have to wait. And we can maximize the power of our student body and take this off the table as a problem.
So students will just receive their books, period.
That's right.
And there won't be any additional cost. It'll be in their tuition fees.
That's right.
Okay. And then if students weren't to pass this, what's going to happen?
Well, more of the same. You know, we're going to continue with not having money. Our demographic is becoming poorer. Those students are not going to have the out-of-pocket money when they get here. They don't even understand that it is an a la carte. They're 55% first-generation students. Nobody tells them they've got to come and buy books. They don't get it. So when they come here, they find out that it's a choice between eating and books. And that I know which wins every time. Listen, 28 years ago when I went to college, I was one of those students. I went 3 semesters without books. It is embarrassing and crippling. My grade point average after 4 semesters was 2.13. Then I ended up with books, 3.64. It is a major difference, major difference. And we want to put these tools in our students' hands to succeed. And we want to do it in a way that is cheaper than anybody else.
And you really think that giving these students the books when they're here, and now you've really tooled them for success, do you think you will see an overall boost in
success? I know it for a fact. I know it for a fact. We have the data. We know. Let me give you one example. Last fall, the University 100 class had 300 students that didn't buy the book. That was the first time that happened. The failure rate tripled. There you go.
It's right there.
Yeah. So, and this isn't just me. Across campus, Faculty Senate is screaming that students are coming to science and math and all sorts of classes without books, and they're failing because they don't have them. All right, so at the end of the day, I'm an educator. I'm with a business mind. We can solve this problem. We can do it economically, feasibly. We can do it reasonably. We're talking about a fee that is, we know right now that the average cost per class is $106. That's a blended cost. That means that if you went to Chegg, you went to Amazon, you bought one new. That's what your average cost is. That's not the student that buys everything new. It's $106.
Okay.
We're talking about this program is going to be less than $55 per class. All right, so that's a no-brainer to me. If I said to you that I can have your books to you on day one and that we're going to allow your financial aid to cover it, that'd be enough to win. But it's a slam dunk when I can tell you we can save 50 to 80% on top of that.
Okay, Jude Kaya, the man behind it all. Jude, thanks for joining me.
Yeah.
Back in a moment after this.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move? In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child. We will not wait any longer. In front of a crowd. Mine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed ours.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
And welcome back. We're here with our very own weatherman, Nick Stewart. What's in our forecast, Nick?
We're going to be dealing with some nice warm temperatures for the next several days. Pretty sunny conditions as well. Taking a look outside right now, you can see those warmer temperatures building in. We're at 56 degrees this hour in those bright blue skies. You can see the sunshine reflecting off the courthouse square. We're going to be dealing with the sunshine and the beautiful warm temperatures for the next several days. We go into a warm-up. Jumping right now to the satellite radar composite, you can see very few clouds moving to the tri-state region. Big area of high pressure is building across the region. That's what's helping move all of this out of the area from dealing with these very nice conditions for the next several days. Taking a look at the current temperatures across the region, we're in the low 50s in St. Louis to Davenport all the way into Des Moines. Pretty similar across the entire region. That's because, again, we have this big area of high pressure building in across our region, across northern Illinois, that's clearing out all this cloud cover. It's also trying to help in bringing some nice southerly flow into our region. That's going to start helping build our temperatures across the next several days. But look at the warning map currently by the National Weather Service. Look how empty it is. Very quiet conditions across the United States. No big weather systems at all. And that's going to continue through today and tonight. Again, these very clear conditions building in over the tri-state region. No clouds, no rain, nothing at all. Temperatures will be pretty nice over tonight as well. For tomorrow, we're going to have a quick little clipper system move through. Not really much in the way of cooling our temperatures. Not really much in the way of rain at all either. We're expecting maybe some showers across the Quad Cities area, across northern Illinois for temperatures tomorrow. But look at Friday, again, we're going to be dealing with these very clear conditions. Sound like a broken record. Very nice conditions, very spring-like conditions building in across our entire region. The high pressures really just help clearing us out. And again, those southerly winds are transporting the very nice conditions into our area. Here's the latest outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. Notice these bright oranges here. This is indicative of very warm temperatures across the next several days. About a 50 to 70% chance of being above average as we head into the beginning of May. So we are looking at a very warm start to our May, which is, again, the start of meteorological summer. So we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Warmer conditions are going to be of the norm. But today, we're at about 72 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Beautiful conditions today. Nice northerly wind, about 5 to 10 miles per hour, not doing much. For tonight, mostly clear skies, go down to about 44 degrees. Again, about northwesterly wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Look at the 5-day forecast, though. Temperatures rebounding across the next several days. Our next chance of rain isn't until Sunday, but again, look at those temperatures on Sunday. It's 77 beautiful degrees. But again, mostly sunny skies dominate the forecast. Big high pressure really makes it a pretty boring forecast to talk about. So that's warm temperatures and all that continuing.
Macomb's on a roll with, a slew of good weather.
Yeah, I mean, we're still dealing with temperatures in the morning and the low 30s at times, but we rebound really nicely throughout the afternoon.
Yeah.
People are okay with warm. It's usually warm
Yeah.
and clear.
Yeah.
I like some more action in my forecast, but I can deal with this for now as we head into finals week. So.
Speaking of action, Drew, it's up in sports.
Coming up next in sports, the Western Illinois softball team took on a Big Ten foe, Illinois, last night. And I'll tell you, if the St. Louis Cardinals could get the Ducks on the pond to come home. All that and more next on Live. Let's start Good Morning Macomb.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And Shelter Pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a Shelter Pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Welcome back to Good Morning Macomb. I'm Drew Hoffman. Western softball team faced off against the University of Illinois last night as a part of one of their last stops before the Summit League tournament. The softball team is no stranger to Big Ten competition. Back on April 2nd, the Leathernecks defeated the Iowa Hawkeyes 11-8. The Illini are led by Ali Ba, who scored 300 runs this season alone, and if that wasn't impressive enough, she's also batting over 400 with 18 doubles and 11 homers. Her offense would prove to be just too much for the Leathernecks as they would fall 9-0 in this one. The 2015 Westbees were held Monday night inside a Western Hall, and 2 student athletes received the athletic department's highest honor. Senior softball standout Sammy Marshall and men's soccer standout Charlie Bales were named the Senior Female and Male Student Athlete of the Year, respectively. Marshall most recently was drafted by the Chicago Bandits of the National Pro Fast Pitch League, and Bales will play semi-professional soccer for the Charlotte Independents of the United Soccer League. Both student athletes hold a GPA above 3.4. The Leatherneck baseball team returned home for a midweek matchup against St. Ambrose University. Western plans to carry the momentum from its series in Fargo, where Jake Moore and Colton Pogue hit above 500 on the weekend. The SIU Bees were swept in a triple header at home Monday against William Penn University. For this game, it would end up being the same score as the softball game, but the Leathernecks would be victorious this time. The guys started off hot, scoring 3 in the first and then 4 in the second. And after that was all Sam Cottingham Beard needed. 5 scoreless innings would earn him his first win of the year. WIU is back in action again today against SIU Edwardsville at 4:30. Now there's an old saying that there's 2 certainties in life, death and taxes. The St. Louis Cardinals have added a third, well, at least this season, as they will be without their ace pitcher Adam Wainwright for the remainder of the season due to a torn left Achilles. The Birds were in action again last night in Philly. And the Birds have not won since they lost their ace, Adam Wainwright. And Matt Holliday's looking to change that. Bottom one, he ropes a double into left center field. That'll easily score Matt Carpenter. Birds up 1-0 after one. Now let's skip ahead to the bottom of the second. It's going to be John Jay roping one through the right side. That'll easily score Colton Wong, and the Birds are tacking him on. Chase Utley looking to get the Phillies back into this one. He's going to hit one through the left side. That'll score Herrera, making it 4-2. But the Cardinals, everybody getting in on the fun. Waka, bloop single to center field, helping his cause. That'll bring home Mr. Hayward. Birds up by 4. Then it's going to be Matt Carpenter, bottom of 5, just a deep bomb. That'll be a ground rule double. That'll score Waka. That'll make the score 9-4. And the Birds would go on to win that game 11-5. So a great bounce back win for the Cardinals after losing the night before. And a little life out of the Birds because, well, they lost their race, but they're getting their confidence back. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Drew.
Thanks, Drew.
Man.
Coming up next on Good Morning Macomb.
We'll tell you the story of a young boy who's beating the odds on his journey to a lifelong dream.
No more pencils, no more books, no more teachers, dirty looks. School's out for summer.
What this place needed was better graduation rates. So we worked with schools like Henry Ford High, and now they're up 18%.
To help us do more good this year, go to unitedway.org because great things happen when we live united.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone. And every day more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education. HSF.net.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Connor is struggling in school.
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. This is what it feels like for kids with learning and attention issues. Redirecting to understood.org.
A young man in Pennsylvania set his sights on becoming an Eagle Scout. Over the weekend, he achieved that goal, overcoming incredible odds. The only way Christian Macovich can communicate is by being bold.
Christian is wheelchair bound with the most severe form of cerebral palsy there is. It's a tough road for a guy trying to earn the highest honor in scouting. Christian got past them all, attending every meeting, going on every camping trip. And for all that, Sunday, he achieved his life's work. Talk about dedication.
Yeah.
Can't even get myself out of bed half the time.
What a cool thing for such a young guy. Good for him.
It's an inspiration,
awesome.
really is.
Really
it's awesome.
cool.
Yeah. All right.
Nick?
We're gonna go have it over Nick for final weather.
Take one more look at our boring forecast.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be very warm, 72 degrees and sunny conditions. For tonight we'll get down to about 44 under mostly clear skies. Looking at our extended forecast, warm temperatures and clear skies up until the weekend.
All right. No news is good news.
No
so
news is
take
good
that.
news.
All right.
And that's all from us from our studios today and for the rest of the semester. Good Morning Macomb team and the whole show, thank you so much for watching.
But we continue online all the time, news3wau.com. For Nicholas Stewart, I'm Franny Smith.
And for Drew Hoffman, I'm Dave Mitchell.
And for all of us here at News 3, have a great day and thank you for watching.
Stupendous.
Yes! Yes! Yes!